Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me once again and welcome back to the channel. So I'm back today with a thread response or a contest entry, you could say. So this is a competition which has been put on by This Is Music, that's the name of the channel. The man behind that channel is a guy called Kim from Denmark. Really nice guy. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with his channel because I've seen a lot of entries being put up already. But he's recently achieved 500 subscribers. So first of all, congratulations, Kim. It's really well deserved. If you're not familiar with his channel, he does a ton of videos. Like, I honestly can't keep up with how many videos he makes, but that's full credit to him because he's a passionate collector of music, and I can relate to him because he likes a lot of the styles of music that I do, like heavy metal, death metal, black metal, some rock as well, and some, progressive music, and some really obscure stuff like Japanese rock. So I always find his channel really interesting. It's just hard to keep up with the videos, and I mean that in a good way. And not only that, but Kim's always been very supportive of my channel. He frequently comments on my videos, and as you may know, I've run a few threads in the past, and to be honest, not many people have joined those, but to the handful of people who have, I really appreciate it, and Kim has always been one of them. So thanks for supporting my channel, Kim. And yeah, your channel is really fast growing, and I think it's only destined to get bigger and bigger, so well done. So what Kim has asked us to do for this thread is, he's a really big fan of underground music and demo material. So he's given us two options for this competition, and I'm just going to consult my notes. So the first option is talk about an underground release that you really like. So that's pretty easy, most of us do that in every video anyway. Or secondly, you can pick a release from the Danish demo dungeon dive and talk about that. Okay, so I'm actually going for the first option, so talking about an underground release that you really like. But since the preoccupation or theme is demos, I'm going to stick to that topic. So I'm going to talk about a couple of demos actually, and there's reasons for that. I'll get into it. So without further ado, we'll get into it. So the first release I'm going to talk about, this is a demo which I actually don't own in physical format. I only have the MP3, so I'll leave all the details on the screen. This is a very underground band, no longer active. The band I'm talking about is FORLORN SUFFERING. So I'm not sure if any of you have heard of that band. They were a band from Sydney, from the western suburbs, I think. And I actually knew of them through a friend who knew the band, and I actually saw them perform at a birthday party in a back garden in I think around about 2002, 2003. So I don't know how the neighbors put up with that, but yeah, it was an awesome show. And yeah, they were active for a while, but after the release of two demos, the one I'm going to talk about and a live one, they split, so faded into obscurity, but they were a great band. So the demo I'm going to talk about by them is called Internal Torment. As I said, I own an MP3 copy, and the way that FORLORN SUFFERING's music can be described is like a mixture of black metal, death metal, and doom metal. For me, I disagree with that a little bit. Like, the lyrics are very doomy. It's all about, internal pain and suffering, kind of woe is me lyrics, which, fit the music. But musically, the band that I think they have a lot in common with is Hecate Enthroned, and I think that's why I like them so much. So Hecate Enthroned, of course, I'm just going on a diversion here, are a symphonic black metal band from the UK, although they've sort of started to mix their style with death metal music. But I've been on a massive Hecate Enthroned kick lately, listening to all of their albums from the beginning to the later ones, and they're just brilliant. So FORLORN SUFFERING, to me, they sound a lot like the early Hecate Enthroned albums, like Upon Promethean Shores, The Slaughter of Innocents, A Requiem for the Mighty, and Dark Requiem. So what FORLORN SUFFERING sound like on this Internal Torment demo, it's very early Hecate Enthroned, so keyboard drenched black metal, very melodic, but it's drowned in keyboards, but in a good way, like really dark and haunting, just like Hecate Enthroned. And in addition to that, the vocal style of vocalist, I think his name's Steve Kwok, he sounds very similar to John Kennedy from Hecate Enthroned, like with the high-pitched shrieks and also the low-pitched growls, which really suit the darkness of that music. But I remember when I revisited this demo just a couple of years ago, I was amazed at how dark and atmospheric it was, and I felt like it was a shame that this band broke up. But I know how hard it is, when you're in the underground, especially coming from Sydney, Australia, it's hard to cut a deal. Who knows why they broke up, but they were a brilliant band. So I'd recommend Forlorn Suffering if you're a fan of Hecate Enthroned. It's like, I don't know if it was intentional Hecate Enthroned worship, but that's what it seems like. But in any case, I just love it for that reason. So yes, Forlorn Suffering with Internal Torment. Now, I looked this up on Metal Archives, and it seems hard to get a copy of this at all. On Discogs, they have a burned copy of the CD, but it says none available. So if you're interested, Kim, I could perhaps send you the MP3 of this demo, Internal Torment. And they also had another demo called Live Suffering, which was live performances of, yeah, their songs. But yeah, brilliant band. So that's Forlorn Suffering with Internal Torment. Now, just to make this video a bit more visually interesting, I'm going to also talk about two more well-known demos which should be relatively easy to get hold of, and you know that they are available through record distribution. So the first one, this is HORNA with Hidden Tawny. So you may have heard me talk about this band on my channel before. HORNA are a well-established Finnish black metal band, very well respected within that scene, and this was released, Hidden Tawny. This was their demo, but it's honestly, it's like the length of a full album, and in my book, it's album quality. So HORNA play this sort of like aggressive, harsh, bleak black metal. I think they're most commonly, if I had to compare them to a particular band, I would say sort of early to mid-period Gorgoroth, so that's what they sound like. But on this particular release, they're also drawing influences from a lot of other second wave black metal bands. Like there's one song where the riff sounds a bit like Emperor's I Am the Black Wizards. But yeah, it's just like that sort of old school 90s Scandinavian black metal, which is harsh and bleak and atmospheric. And the vocals on this are fantastic. They are actually performed by a guy called Nazgul, who later adopted the name pseudonym Werewolf. So he went on to form Satanic Warmaster, but he used to be the lead vocalist of this band. Yeah, but brilliant demo. This is the alternative artwork. I think the picture of the forest, the official one is the one of Shatraug on the front, you know, with the forest behind him. That's a cool cover as well. And yeah, all of the lyrics for this demo are in Finnish. So pictures of the band. There is Nazgul, who I think is now Werewolf. Picture of the band. And of course, that's Shatraug. So the band is the brainchild of him. He is a well-known, established Finnish black metal musician. He's in not only HORNA, but also Sargeist. He's performed with Drowning the Light. So yeah, he's got his fingers in a lot of black metal pies. Or what's that famous Finnish pie? Kalokokko. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, brilliant release. So if you like second wave Scandinavian 90s black metal, definitely check this out. That's HORNA with Hidden Tawny. And the other demo I'm going to talk about, this is one I've mentioned before, but a criminally underrated band. This is Summon with Fire Turns Everything Black. So if you're not familiar, Summon are were a black metal band, from the USA, from Lansing, Michigan. And this is their demo, which I bought from Relapse Records in 2001, I think. So this band, they started out as a black metal band, then they went into sort of black death thrash crossover, eventually split up in the mid 2000s. But this is just such a brilliant album. Look at that cover art, awesome. And yeah, from this aesthetic with the corpse paint, you know what to expect. How I would sum this demo up, it's like a cross between early Immortal and early Marduk. So no wonder I love it, because those two are two of my favorite bands within black metal and in general, as you probably know. So yeah, this is brilliant. Like the whole demo, 7 tracks, it's great. It's got some, sound effects and intros and outros. Like every track is great. Like Blind Shadows of Darkness, Enter into Eternal Oath. Probably my favorite tracks are Eve of Anti-Creation and Burning Black Desire, but also Praising to a Blackened Moon, Tales of Immortality, and Forest of Dark Spirits, all brilliant. So if you just like that old school, obscure, early 90s Scandinavian black metal, then you will like this. Yeah, so that is Summon with Fire Turns Everything Black. And I would recommend that you check out all of their albums, because they're great. So just showing you the disc and band members here. Yep, so Summon with Fire Turns Everything Black. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I've talked about 3 demos, one which is very obscure, 2 which are readily available. So I hope this qualifies for the contest. And thanks a lot, Kim, for creating this contest and giving us the idea. It's something different for me, so I appreciate that. And once again, congratulations on 500 subs. I'm sure you'll reach 1,000 soon. So if you haven't checked out Kim's channel, I'll leave a link in the description. And that's it. So, and I will be back very soon with another video. They're coming thick and fast at the moment, and I'm kind of on a roll with videos, so let's just keep it going, hey? So thanks a lot for watching, thanks for your support of the channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.